Okay, so today, this is Thursday's video. This is how we're going to take everything we planned out and the beautiful sentences we wrote and turn it into the paragraph that we want to turn in, okay? So I have everything I typed in here for Tuesday in my idea generator, and now I'm going to copy and paste it right here to complete what I need to do to turn this in. Remember, we have an example paragraph here, so I'm going to open that up because it will remind me of what a paragraph needs to look like. So here you can see all of the colors that match the colors within our idea generator. And you can see, oh, yep, I indented here. And then even though these sentences were in different sections of my plan, they should be within one space of the previous sentence. This is one paragraph, so we shouldn't have any new lines. There shouldn't be a big chunk of space in between, okay? And I should end at the end of my conclusion from my plan. So I'm going to go back into my plan, scroll back up, and start with my introductory sentence. And I'm going to leave this fill in the blanks part, right? So Mars and Jose, I'm going to take that, scroll down, click here, hit Tab on my computer keyboard, Control V to paste. And hit space right then and there, okay, so that you have a space in between the lines. I'll scroll back up and take my next sentence I wrote in the white section for the comparison sentences. Scroll down, paste. I do not want these sentences touching each other, right? We know there needs to be a space in between. When you were a little kid, it was a finger space. Now it's a space on the computer, okay? So make sure you're doing that because it is not we don't have, that's the writing conventions. We need to make sure that we're continuing, okay? Or those are. So now I'm going to grab my evidence from the comparison section. I just took this sentence, so I'm going to scroll down and take the next two. This is my evidence for how they are similar. Oops, I need to hit space, then I can paste those. Notice the formatting's a little funky, so I shouldn't have like a big space here. So I'm just going to click in front of Jose and hit backspace and backspace again, because there should not be any more than one space in between two sentences, okay? Now I'll click back to the end of what I have so far, hit space, and scroll back up. Now I'm in my contrasting sentences, so I'm going to copy. Whoops. We shouldn't do the whole thing at once because that'll just put another table down below, and that is not what I'm looking for. Paste, space, go back up, repeat. Now I need my evidence for the contrasting sentences. I'm going to copy and paste those, and notice there are a lot of spaces there, so that's what's going to happen here. That is not okay to leave. Need to click. I can start at the very end, backspace, backspace, and then a space between my two sentences. Going for the next sentence that's too far away from the previous one, backspace, backspace, backspace. That one looks good. Don't need an extra space. And then the last one, backspace, backspace, or delete. And then I need to put a space in there. And the last thing I need to do is my concluding sentence. Scroll down. Make sure I have a space there and paste. This is okay. It's a little smooshed for my liking, so I like to make that double space. So I clicked this little icon here with the two arrows pointing either way, and I'm going to click double space. Woo, that's a beautiful paragraph. All right, and if you look at the example paragraph, wow, that really matches the double spacing, the indentation. All my sentences are within a space of each other. So I'm double checking that to make sure it looks good. Then your next steps are to check that editing checklist. So I'll look here. Do I have capitalization? Do I have punctuation where it needs to be? Commas, periods. Readability. Do I have any run-on sentences? Am I going for line after line after line? I know that I'm not. And then rubrics, repeat. I'm going to check the rubrics in 1 second. And the format is do I have the same font? You know, it should look like a paragraph like we just double checked. So we really checked that formatting already, and that looks really good. I'm just giving it a second look. I use Grammarly. I have the add-on. So I know that's helped me with any little silly things, and everything else looks good. Capitals at the beginning of sentences, periods, spacing, etc. So the last step is to check that rubric. Begin by checking the 3.0 section of your rubric, going step by step, using it as a checklist, okay? And then finally, you could move up to the 3.5, 4.0 and see, is there an element here that I could add? Could I add a hook? Could I add really specific details to really make this shine, okay? So make sure you're checking your rubrics on your within your assignment at the very bottom before you hit submit. Make sure to turn that in. Come to my office hours with any questions or shoot me an email. All right, good luck. Do your best. I can't wait to see what you've chosen to write about.